For the Rural Radio Network, I'm Jason Jorgensen. Didn't take Amherst High School long to find its next head boys basketball coach. Former Loper star and former assistant coach at Kearney High and former Wood River head coach Connor Baronic will now be leading the Broncos. And he talks about taking over this program this offseason.
You know, it's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. It was always a job that was kind of, I thought I'd be interested in if it ever came open. I actually student taught there, really had a good connection with a lot of the kids that now would be in high school based on when I was there teaching PE in elementary. So it's really cool to see how they've matured over the last, 4 to 5 years since I was there. And obviously I don't know them great. Just got to come up there this morning and, get to chat with them a little bit and get to know them a little bit more this morning. But with the timing and all this, it's not ideal, not getting to have most of June to be able to build those relationships and kind of build some camaraderie on the court and all that stuff. But, we'll kind of get after it here the last week or so of June and then maybe do a few things in July and continue to build on those things into the fall and then into the winter season.
How about the timing of this? As you mentioned, this isn't normally when someone moves into a position like this. What's that been like trying to get everything to line up?
Yeah, so it obviously isn't ideal with the timing, but I do understand where he was coming from, and so I'm just excited for the opportunity. But the good thing that I have going for myself is it's a pretty established program. They've done things the right way for the past couple years, and they've had a lot of success, and they got kids that, enjoy being a part of the basketball team. And so there's not a whole lot of things that I need to come in and, probably need to do a ton in the summer because they've got a lot of things that they've established over the past and have built a good program these last few years. So just continuing to do it some of the ways that they've done it in the past and then continue to have my own little imprint on it and, make it a great experience for the kids. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
Well, it has to just seem like a great opportunity to step into a program that's really had a lot of success the last several years.
Yeah, so it's like I said before, it's one of those jobs that I was kind of keeping my eye on just in case it ever did open up. I love living in Kearney. I'll continue to live in Kearney and, commute over there, which honestly, my house to Kearney High is about the same distance as my house to Amherst, so it's not that much of a difference when it comes to the drive. So that won't be much of a change, but it was always one of those jobs that I was kind of looking forward to if it ever did come open, just because when I was there, the kids that I had or was around was just a great group of kids and tough, competitive kids that like to do a lot of different things. And it just seemed like a great mold of kids that I would look forward to coaching and continuing to improve and hopefully have a great high school experience for them. So,
was this a tough decision? I would assume you really enjoyed teaching and coaching at Kearney, too, with your brother Drake.
Yeah, I went back and forth many times whether I wanted to take the job or, stay in Kearney just because I have a lot of great connections, a lot of great staff connections, student connections, all sorts of stuff. So this group that Kearney High has is a really tight-knit group, and it was a really fun group to get to know, for the 3 weeks of June. And they really played they made it really hard for me to make that decision. There was always that inkling that I wanted to kind of get back and, become a head coach and be able to run my own program. But those guys at Kearney High made it really difficult for me to, really make this move. Even the kids at Sunrise. So I was teaching at Sunrise Middle School, and, the kids that I got to teach at Sunrise made it a very, very difficult decision for me. And, I just felt like the timing, it just kind of made sense, and this job doesn't always come up all the time. So I just kind of had to sit down and make a pros and cons list, and it just seemed like it was a good fit for me and my family.
And you got to like the fact that you're coming to a school and you're coming to a great league. The Fort Kearney Conference is known for good basketball.
Yeah, I just when I was there as a student teacher, I got to kind of just talk to Coach Rippon while I was there, but just seeing it from afar, I've known that it's a pretty good league and, a lot of really cool gyms that you get to play in, and it seems like a really good league when it comes to community support as well. So, just the atmospheres that you get to play in and the big games that you get to play in just makes the overall high school experience a lot better for our kids. And that's all I really want to give back to our kids. I was very blessed when it came to my high school experience, and hopefully I can continue to, help out in any ways to, maybe it's not success based on state championships or whatever, but, just give those kids the opportunities that, I've been able to have my high school career or other kids that I've coached up to this point, that's all it's really about is, those guys, it's their experience. I just want to be a part of it, guide them in any way that I can or help them get to, some of the goals that they have set for themselves. So that's what I'm really looking forward to, is just getting to coach them and getting to know these kids and hopefully get them to a place that they never really thought they could get to by themselves.
And there you have the thoughts of new Amherst boys basketball coach Connor Baronic, as this will be his second stint as a head coach. It's been a year as a head coach at Wood River before joining back with forces with his older brother Drake as an assistant at Kearney High. And once again, Connor Baronic will teach PE as well in Amherst as he replaces Eric Rippon. For the Rural Radio Network, I'm Jason Jorgensen.